Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers of all ages, welcome to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Joey.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Great sound.
Went off without a hitch right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. I actually heard it. Well, you always would hear it before.
I could. It's just like you were always like, "Did that come through?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're good." It's like you're like the old grandpa. What'd you say? What was that now?
There's like, I have these little these little media sound stuff, right? And when I was about to hit the drum, the intro, it's labeled as the intro. I almost hit this song, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not gonna be good.
Wait, is there something wrong with our? We're done. This is the last one.
Yeah. No. So I was gonna ask, as I heard you do the intro, right? I love our title, but I don't know about you, but every time I do it, I feel like it's a tongue twister at the end, where I'm like, I hope I said it where people can hear me, because I feel like when I get like that super terrific happy hour, it's like even now I'm like, I don't always say the super, like I feel like it just blends together, and I'm like, what? Do people understand me, or could just be me?
I cheat because I read it off like the little website thing. So like in our little session that says Joey and Chandler's the Fun Type Super Terrific Happy Hour, and now I messed it up because I read it because I said it.
Yeah.
But I always just read it off there because I'm like that. I don't be like terrific, super ton fun, tons of fun, happy Chandler's. I don't.
What?
Then beep.
See, I don't have to read it because I do know it now. What I'm saying is, I almost feel like I have to tell myself when I do the intro, slow down. It's Chandler, it's not a race. It's not a sprint there.
Exactly. I'm all. It's been 5 minutes, man. Just say it. Just say it now. Get it done.
All right, we're going to jump into the holidays. The holidays, sir. October 24th. I almost said August again. Did you know today is Global Champagne or Champagne Day?
So I did not. I kind of feel like I need to go drink one now just because.
You're like, cheers to Global Champagne Day. Indulge in a glass of bubbly or two and make it an extra special day with friends and family.
Or a bottle or two.
Yeah, dude. You had champagne like at weddings? Is that the only time you ever had champagne?
Yeah, and then like here and there, hit and miss on like the what is it called? I don't even know. New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah.
People are like, we're gonna toast, and it's like.
I think the only time I ever had it was at like weddings, and I don't know. Maybe I still have a palate as a high class person because I'm like, it's just like it's bubbly. It's sweet.
You know when you drink champagne when you're like 5 or 6 beers in, then it's all good.
Then it's all good.
Yeah, like that.
We're famous and we get invited to big high society parties, and we're like, what's this?
What is this swill? Where's the Miller Lite?
Give me a PBR now, stat.
that or the Beast. Some Milwaukee.
Let's turn up the class in here, right? Today is also National Food Day. Celebrate National Food Day with a delicious treat and unique recipe. Try something new and make memories that will last a lifetime. It reminds me, I got a buddy that's a foodie.
Yeah.
You're not a foodie, are you?
No. Yeah. I just get to the point like sometimes where you're just like, it's just food, man. Like, gee.
Dude, it's funny you say that. I think like there's a lot of Joey and Jana that like there's a reason we mix the names together because there's a lot of similarities between us. A lot of times for me it's like, oh, I eat food because I'm hungry, not because I'm like, oh, this taste blends so well with this, drink or whatever. I'm just like, I'm hungry. I want a burger. I want some chicken. Whatever it is.
The wife always criticizes because I'm like, I could probably eat a sandwich at least for one of the 3 meals every day for days on end. And she'll be like, you just had a sandwich yesterday. We just had a burger like 2 days ago. And it's like, yeah. And I'm hungry, and a burger sounds like a good idea to eat. Like, I start to stress.
This. I'm sorry, keep going, man. I'll cut you off.
What I was just saying, like, I start to kind of stress a little bit when I'm like, okay, let's plan out the week's worth of meals. And it's like, It just takes so like I realize like that you want to make sure you plan it out, so you're not
Yeah,
just kind of like stuck on a whim. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I don't want to plan out that far in advance.
dude. Uh, I'll say this, and I may be one of the only ones here, but there's times I just like eating cereal for dinner. You know, I'm just like cereal and fruit. It's just sometimes it's like it's a maybe I'm a little lazy, and I'm like, hey, it's just milk, it's cereal, bowl. That's not tough. B, but
Because at
it's
the
just
end of
like,
the
but B is like I like Cheerios and bananas, or I like raisin bran and bananas. I'm just like I like it. So
because at the end of the day, like you eat, and it all for the most part, depending upon how your stomach body handles it.
yeah,
But for the most part, it comes out pretty much similar anyway. No matter what you're eating, high class steak and potatoes or Cheerios and bananas, it's still going to come out mostly the same. It might have a little bit of a different consistency, but
did, did you you used to listen to Daniel Tosh stand up, right?
yeah.
Do you remember the one he did where he was saying like he I forget how the joke it went exactly, but he's like, you know, they should make it where you eat your dinner on the toilet, like reversed. So you can put your hands on you like as you're eating your food, you're like you're going you're relieving yourself at the same time. You ever heard him say that? It was
I don't think
nasty. That was nasty.
I think that would cause a lot more people to lose weight because you wouldn't want to eat as much if you're smelling it as it's
Yeah.
coming out too.
Well, it's like it's the germs, man. It's like bathroom germs. Don't bring food in here, but all right.
Well, I mean, you could have a clean toilet before you
Yeah.
use it, but it's still once you're using it, if you're eating, I've never once been like,
That,
I'm hungry now.
dude, I was getting ready to move on. You just reminded me of something. When I was in the Navy, right? At Bahrain, before I got out, there was a when I worked on shift work, and then ended up in an office job before I got out of there. One of the guys I worked with on actually about three of the guys I worked with on shift work, they were all younger than me, and I was only like 27. So I mean, like I was like, oh, well, it's just they were like 22, 23, right? But we had this conversation one day. One of them brought up, they're like, "Hey, Bing," because they were just calling me by my last name. They're like, "Would you ever drink toilet water?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "What?" And they're like, "Dude, it's all the same pipes and stuff." And I was like, "No, man." So anyway, there was one day,
Not a
there's one, there's what
That's
I forget
gross.
what I had to eat, but I dropped a deuce in there, and I was just as I walked out, I was like, "Hey, dude, you want to go drink the toilet water now?" I dare you. What
Dude,
else?
so I got a like a loosely tied follow up with that. So I was like, because I wait tables on weekends every once in a while, right? And so
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago, I was waiting on some like a probably early 20s. It's like three guys and a girl, and
and a
we
pizza
do
place,
military discount. Like, huh?
and a pizza place.
Yeah, that's two guys and a girl.
I know.
It'd be like three guys, a girl, and a burrito place or something.
Yeah,
But they so they get finished eating. They're like, "Oh, y'all do military discounts, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, 10%." So they hand me the IDs. I'm like, "What branch of military are you?" And they all said, "The one you're from, Navy."
got it. Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "I have a buddy of mine, one of my best friends. He's former Navy." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool." And I was like, "Yeah, like I was like, he liked it for the most part. He was in Hawaii, and then for a while he was in Bahrain, so it wasn't as cool at that point. And like you saw like the life leave their face because they like Hawaii, they were like, yeah. And I was like, and he was in Bahrain, and they were like, oh, and their faces like dropped, like, yeah, it's a possibility. And I was sucks to be y'all.
and enough of our high society talking about bathroom and bowel movements, right? Let's move on to this week's headlines, shall we?
Move
It's
on
time
to
for
that
this week's
crap.
edition of Joey and Chandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
You're like, yeah. Speaking of crap, let's talk about headlines. Dude. First off, I need to find a little love tune to this, right? So, little
At the
e
love boat.
there you go. Little e news love alert, sir. It's not springtime. It's not baby cartoonish, but dude, some third graders caught one holding one of my boys in my homeroom and a girl in one of the other classes that we're in, like we call the God, not the trifecta. I can't even think of the name right now, but the anyway, in our little trio, right? And I saw them holding hands. Or actually, one of the other teachers pointed out, and she was laughing, and I was like, oh, yeah. But I went and talked to both of them because they were going to the bus. I was like, hey, can y'all not wear hands? Can y'all not hold hands at school? Y'all not doing anything wrong, but we're just not going to keep it. We're going to keep it away
No.
from school, right? And that texted some of the teachers like, I know I'm so mean or whatever, right? But so then I told one of the first grade. I saw two first graders holding hands as they're going to the buses yesterday. So I called their teacher because their teacher was like right there, like, hey, can I like, did you see so and so hold hands? She's like, no, I didn't see that. But she's like, I'm not surprised. Apparently, like, there's like, she's like, one of my boys wants to propose to this girl. He's trying to find this ring or whatever. And I texted the group today. That same boy and from third and that same girl, as we came in from recess, he ran over to hug her like real quick. And I'm just like, they're 8 years old. It's like it's in the air.
Wave
It's
it
like
off.
I know it's like and then you hear it in first grade. You're like, man, I told that first grade teacher, I think I shared this story, but I was like, so apparently two of my kids were gonna get quote unquote married at recess, and they were passing out invitations and stuff, and I was like, should I put a stop to this? Like, how do I handle this? But kids are just crazy, bro.
You should tell the boy one day when the girl's not around, just be like, hey, I saw her drinking out of somebody else's milk carton the other day. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
Not
I
saying
should start
it's
stuff.
happening, but I heard
I
he was
think
talking. They were talking in their study group. Just saying.
now that we have a morning announcements, I should just tell the people to do the announcements. Hey, why don't you do the little like gossip? So and so was seen with so and so. Got a little TMZ going on. But no, I just thought I'd share that. Kids holding hands. You never. Well, I don't know how you in third grade. For me, it was just all about sports and cartoons, dude. I don't I
And
don't
I
think I
remember
really
chasing
recognized.
girls, but I don't know about like marriage and holding hands stuff.
I don't really remember recognizing girls till fourth grade. There was a girl in fourth grade, fifth grade. She had some nice big ears,
Remember that movie Rookie of the Year, and they're like, she's stacked, and he has his hands like right here,
Yeah.
like barely. She's
Yeah.
stacked, and it's like, baby.
That's another thing that's changed, bro. At least I'm not seeing that in third grade. But now these kids get too old. And then I'm gonna sound like an uncle now. Man, I don't like these little girls with these short shorts. I'm like, dude, I know that's the style, but it just I was like, wear some clothes, you know?
It's a style, but if I had a
Yeah.
daughter, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
happening. No,
You're wearing
not
pants
even.
all the time.
I'm gonna be like, they're like, the principal measures this out with the ruler, and I'm like, yeah, so do I. Those shorts need to be below the knees.
The
We're
meter
going that
stick.
we're going we're going the '90s Michigan Fab Five shorts. That's those go right below the knees.
Ugh. Or some of them that wear like those like little spaghetti shirts with no undertop. Like
Yeah.
no under. And I'm just like, again, they're young, so it's not like it's a huge thing. It's not like if it's middle school, you definitely don't want to be doing that. But I'm just like, come on. Like I said, it just
Still though,
yeah.
because if they're doing it then, they're gonna
Yeah.
do that when they get older, and it's like, you need to find a father figure now.
All right, my next headline, sir. And I'll share this story. And if it eats up some time, I'll move one of the things to next week. I have no problem moving on. You got bumped, little thing,
You got
little.
bumped.
But hey, by the way, this is our 150th episode, sir. Yeah, 150. Moving on up. Woo!
Dang.
I know.
It's what is it, like, not bicentennial? There's a term for that. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up where I tell you my story. My story. I'm gonna share my story. The story is gonna relate to the hamster we have in the class, right? But you had when you talked to me earlier in the week, you were asking me if I was going crazy watching my Denver Broncos trail, and honestly, I wasn't even I wasn't even focused on that. And here's the reason why. And it's gonna make me sound completely bad, right? But I went to the bar to watch Manchester United beat Liverpool. A friend of mine said he was gonna the bartender was gonna open up for the London game, the Rams Jags game, right? And he said he'd be there. So I showed up early. He didn't get there as early, but I held off, right? It's not like I just jumped in there and started drinking. But I
Like
held
at the
up.
window, like commercial, open.
But my plan was, because it was Sunday, is I was like, you know what? 3, max 4 drinks for the day. I had 3 beers before it was even halftime done with Liverpool, Manchester United, dude. And then, so I was up my 5th, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I'm meeting new people, and this one guy offers to buy me a beer, and I was like, all right. So he gets me one, and then he wanted to buy me another one. I was like, no, I gotta go. And so I go to the bathroom, and I come out, and I see somebody else that I knew, and I went and said hi to him. Him and his fiance, they're Colts fans. So he buys me a shot because the Colts scored. Next thing I know, I'm just there a little bit longer. And so like I wasn't wasted. Like I wasn't even buzzed. But like then I had to go get the hamster. And so I had no idea what was going on with Denver. Last I saw it was 10-3 or something. No, because it had been like 10-0. And then I was like, what? Denver comes back and wins? I was like, holy cow. But that was a long side story to tell you. So I got a hamster for the class, right? And this is my 11th year doing a class hamster. And every year I donate the hamster to one of my students. But we always also do a little vote on the hamster's name. Now this hamster just happens to be black, right? First time I've had a black Siberian hamster or Syrian hamster. Actually I think it's called a bear Syrian hamster if I remember correctly. But anyway, so I'll take suggestions and I'll write names on my board and then we vote on it, right? And sometimes you have to be a little creative when you're just like, yeah, we're gonna make sure that name doesn't win, right? Somebody suggested we call the hamster Blackie, and I was just like, yeah, this one's not. I'm like, no, we're gonna make sure this one doesn't work, you know. Luckily, it didn't even make the first cut, so I was like, woo, because because the hamster was black, because they hadn't even seen the hamster yet, and I told hamster he's black, so then I start hearing all these people some of my kids be like, that's racist. And I was like, yo, stop.
Yeah, it's the color of its fur.
Yeah, I was like, stop. But no, I was like, yeah, we're not gonna name this hamster Blackie. Because then some of those kids are going like, hey, we got a hamster named Blackie, and they'd be like, what's going on, Mr. Bing? So
what's going on? Does Mr. Bing walk around with his hand kind of like this?
Yeah. So I had to put my foot down and say, nope, not gonna happen. And then my last headline, sir. The first year I've ever got like a doorbell for my classroom. Right, normally we have the kids knock. And so we have these ding dong ditchers that I guess they'll leave their room and they'll just come by and hit the button. And my class freaks out. They'll open the door and then they'll just start yelling out, Mr. Bing, someone ding dong ditched us. And I'm like, I don't care. Close the door, do what you need to do. Go to your station, but I'm like, I'm not gonna let that. There's so many other things I gotta worry about. I'm not gonna worry about that.
You should
set up a camera.
Put like whatever color the button is. Put like some sort of like little ink type there, so when they put it and they come off, it's stuck on their finger.
I think I should just get my own camera. My own like door cam. Where I can talk to them. Excuse me. Oh, speaking of that reminds me, there's a website I gotta start using to track what these kids are doing. Yeah, I think it's called like LimeWise. So that's cool because I can actually look at what they're doing on the computer. I just gotta start playing around with it.
Oh, so. I was like, no, but that was LimeWire. Was that?
Yeah, that's LimeWire.
I was like, that's their. What are y'all doing over there?
we're pirating movies and music, sir.
I know. I'm like, what are you teaching these kids? You're like,
we're teaching the kids. Was it social or life skills? Life skills, bro.
If Mr. Bing rips 5 songs.
Yeah.
And sells those on an album for $5 a piece.
How much money profit does he make? Yeah.
Before the popo comes and gets him.
You have any headlines, sir, or is it break time and song time?
No, we're good. We can go to break.
All right. Break time, song time. I'll add ads in later.
We say prost, Gumby, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all toss Santa, other times it's cheers up. You effing hoser, We also say sawday, salute saluti, or tage, skull. Let's all say Nazdarovia in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa makes South Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid soul. In Batmo you till dawn. In India we say cheers, our body whole. Hungary says he just better to don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with a la voz, let it flow. In Taiwan we shout out Ganbei, and Singapore says Yamse. All the way. Cheers, cheers around the world.
Do a little lighter in the sky.
I like how you raised the roof there, right?
Hey,
It's
so
a-
I got
Hi there. I'm here to help Choi and Chandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlacket.com. Please shop BuyBlacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlacket.com today. Tell them Choi and Chandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choi and Chandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
150-year anniversary would be called, and I might butcher this a little bit, Sesquicentennial.
Nice. What
Uh,
do they say? What do they say is a traditional 150 gift or whatever?
I
You know,
don't
they're
know,
like, you
probably
know, like
flowers on your grave, man. I would have.
exactly. What was I gonna say? Oops. Oh, I'll end up. I'll share it with you, right? But you know how we did the happiness overload, right? With those teacher songs, like
Yeah.
with a little country rock thing fusion, and then I did the '80s album where I started making some of the. I decided I'm not just gonna do Tejano, right? I do like Tejano, but I also like some cumbia and some more salsa like mixes and stuff. But I was working on I'll share it with you. There's another one I was doing with a Spanish guitar, and cause see what, it's gonna take me a little bit longer to do this because there's some songs I'm thinking about replacing some English words with some Spanish words, and some other songs I'm thinking about replacing like whole lines and stuff, you know. And so it's like I gotta go back and forth and translate. I'm not that smart, but you know, I was thinking if I listen to it, maybe I can learn some Spanish, you know. Then be like, oh, dude, one of the guys I was telling you that story, he bought me a beer. So me and one friend, we do this United podcast called the 90th Minute, where we're just podcasting from the bar, pre-game and post-game, about like predictions and reactions. And he's from Ecuador originally, and he can speak English and Spanish, right? But his
I
other
hope he can
guy,
speak. That's gonna be
yeah.
weird for you to talk to him.
But this other guy, like, you know, he speaks strictly Spanish, and I speak strictly English, and so I mean, we know little bits here and there, right? So the Spanish speaking guy was saying it was cool that we're doing. He thought it was cool we're doing the podcast, and he's like, "Hey, y'all should do one in Spanish." And so I joked, I was like, you know, yeah, I can tag you in, dude, and you two can go do it, right? And they kind of, the guy translated, my friend translated, and they laughed, and then they're like, "Well, we can get you on," and I was like, "Yeah, if you get me on there and you talk to me in Spanish, I'm just gonna be like, see." But then my friend had to like translate that reaction to and then the guy, like, they both died laughing. But it's just funny, you know, you say a joke and there's like a pause,
Yeah.
because then we had to like explain it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's funny." And then he said the same. He's like, "If you put me on it, I'd be like, Jess.
Jess. Not even yes, Jess. Sí. Ah,
See,
ah,
see.
lo siento,
Ah,
Jess.
all
Yes.
right, hey. So, can you
Be
give
one
me
there.
a herd alert, sir?
Yes. Herd alert.
Yeah. So, dude, I thought about you. This happened a couple weeks ago, right? But
Oh,
the reason I thought about you is I thought you would die laughing at this, right? So this kid falls down. He's on it. He lands on his shoulder. He's rolling on the ground, like just screaming, crying. I was like, all right, dude, I was like, I know, we got to get you up. We got to take you to the nurse. You got to stand up. You got to stand up. And it took a while to get him to stand up. But when he stood up, here's where the hurt alert comes in. The dude fell and he was holding his shoulder the whole time. He even told me he hurt his arm. He starts limping. And I'm like, dude,
what?
it's like, how are your legs bothering you?
Here, well, what's hurting you right now here?
Yeah, exactly.
So I rubbed my leg on the ground when I was getting up.
It was just, you weren't as big into The Office as I was, were you?
Nah, I haven't watched it hardly at all.
There was an episode where, like, Michael was Steve Carell's character's name, and then one of the main girls, her name was Pam, and Michael was actually ended up dating Pam's mom for a while, and Pam didn't like it, and so like I forget how it started, but she was really mad, and Michael was like, "Okay, you can punch me then, or whatever, if it's gonna make you feel better." And so they set up this thing at the end. It was like this, like it was almost like a fight in the parking lot, right? But it wasn't a fight. So he like was scared to get hit by her, so he like talked her into like just giving him a slap, and then she kind of like she felt bad about it, so she wasn't gonna do it. And then he made some comment about her mom, about like how sleeping with her mom, and so she slapped she slapped him hard, right? It When she slapped, like he like played it off, like he basically made his eyes well up, right? Like like you get slapped and you're trying not to cry, but you can tell he's tearing up, and then he starts limping, and somebody in the thing's like, "Why are you limping?" So that's what I thought of with that kid. I was like, "What, dude?"
Dude, being like a PE teacher for 4 years, it is crazy how kids will get hurt in elementary.
Yeah,
You're like, dude, are you okay? And they're like, and they're just crying, they're bawling their eyes out, snot bubbles, and you're like, you want to get some water? Yeah. And then they go get water, and they're good. And it's like, you like fell on your face and like slid across the ground, and I watched it on a concrete thing in gym, and it looks bad, but
yeah,
water fixed it.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how that works, but I don't know how many times kids would fall and get hurt. And I'm like, oh man, you want some water? Okay. All right, cool. It's like let's put your eyeball back in its socket and get some water. Get back in the game.
Rub some dirt on it, dude. Walk it off. That's how we always did it. Just walk it off.
Yeah.
Remember my knee story? Walk it off. Dude, my knee bent the other way, coach. Now you know what you're talking about.
Walk it off.
What's
That was like our sophomore year. I broke my foot. Like my foot was broken, and my PT, like the whole PT was 4 weeks of walking the track. I'm like, my foot's broke. Like my foot is broken. Like there's an X-ray. I showed you a fucking fracture in one of the bones, and my PT is just to walk.
I try to tell like a lot of the teachers that are like in their 20s now. I was like, yeah, I kind of get, so like me and you, yeah, we came like a lot of people they were born around our time. We came from the generation where everything was like really changing, right? So you got like bits of both worlds. But I told them like I legitimately remember the phrases "walk it off," "no pain, no gain," "rub some dirt on it," yeah, get some ice, all this stuff. And then like when we first started football, it's hot here in South Texas, but we weren't allowed to drink water unless it was the water period time. That was like our first couple of seasons, at least the first year I remember playing like that. By our senior year, I know for a fact we were allowed to have our water jug, but it was just different. I was like, we'd be out in the hot 100-degree sun. They're like, nope, water's for wusses. Like you just suck it up. That's kind of going back to, oh, you broke your foot? Yeah, walk it off. It'll get stronger. The pain will make it heal faster. But
Did I ever tell you the story about when your dad made me a blitzing linebacker as a sophomore?
made me do it too. So yeah,
Like there
probably.
was they were like a bunch of people like out, I guess. So they were like, hey, we need somebody, and so they of course they just grabbed the JV guys because who cares if the JV gets hurt? And so my job as a 130 something pound scrawny little dude was to be the blitzing linebacker so that the starting guard could pull, like takes 2 steps and pull across and block across.
Yeah.
So my whole job was to stand like I was standing, like, 2-point stance on the line, and I was just supposed to take like 3 steps in and then stand there and get pounded. And so it was just 1, 2, 3, boom. And it's like I remember one time getting hit, and like I remember feeling like I skipped on the ground, just like, tss, tss, and then slid to a stop. And I remember getting up, and I was like, and I remember your dad was like, "Doing a good job, builds character." And I was all,
Sounds about right.
I was all builds character. How's this building character? It's like, if anything, I'm gonna crap myself here in any minute, not even realize it.
In the lines of this with the sports injuries and PE. So today we go to recess right after lunch, and I'm guessing it was first grade, maybe kinder. Some girl came out of PE because where we line up at the cafeteria is right next to the gym, and so this girl comes out and she starts crying, and luckily one of my other teachers was smarter than me. Like, sometimes I'm thinking one thing, like I'm disconnect, and I'm thinking, okay, this girl's going. She fell, she got hurt, she's going to PE, right? You get those kids that elope, those kids that run.
Yeah.
This is one of those kids, right? And so anyway, my other teacher, like, the coach is coming, and she's like, "Hey, do I need to get her?" He's like, "Yeah." And so she goes and runs after her, and I never joked with her. I wanted to, because I see her run after her, and the next thing I know, I see her on the ground with a girl, and I wanted to be like, "Did you tackle her?" Or like, did you lay her out like a linebacker?
Kicks her foot, watches her slide.
Gotcha, you're it. But no, I don't think she did. I'm pretty sure she did not do that. It's just funny. But she is. I think she's the one I told you she got sick before break, and I made fun of her. Like, I made like a Ferris Bueller joke, and she's just like, "How rude," And I was just like, so I'm still learning these girls or these ladies, making sure they understand that I'm not serious when I'm saying stuff like that. I'm like, "No, it wasn't Mr. Bing. I didn't tackle her."
Joking with Jans. Come on.
Exactly. But hey, I'm gonna save my teachable moment for next week, trying to keep it around the 30 minutes, if that's cool for you.
All good.
All good. I'll go on to the social media plugs. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, maybe you still have access to it. I had to create a new slides for season 4, and I thought I shared it with you because I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the other one. I couldn't find it on my drive, and so it's just like, it was weird. It was there, and then it wasn't.
I'm following along so we can avoid the echo fiasco of
exactly.
Episode 149.
At least it wasn't a milestone episode, right?
That would have been sad. Been like, we harken back to the times of yore when our first episodes, when the sound quality was crap.
We love episode 149 so much we thought people should hear it twice. In lifetime.
But only my part, though.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so please feel free to follow us at Choey and Jan on TikTok and X. That's at CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. If you're a Threads or Insta enthusiast, we're on Choey and Jan 2, at Choey and Jan 2. So at symbol CHOEY, the letter N, JANTOO. And then, as always, YouTube, Chandler Bing 969. Sorry, Choey, you didn't make the cut there.
Oh,
that was YouTube's fault. And I still say I didn't put the 969 part there. So somehow it knew, right? And then obviously Chandler Bing Facebook time, or the Facebook,
The Facebook. What are we? 70? The Facebooks.
The Insta faces. Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's funny about the fact that Bill Belichick does that is that his girlfriend's like 23 years old or whatever. I'm like, dude, don't act like is Bill.
I was one of my soccer friends just say, he's like, I think Bill's done. He's like, I don't even know why he's in college. He's like, how can you relate to those kids? And I was like, his girlfriend's their age. I mean, I'm sure he's got that going, Maybe he's asking them quick. He's asking
it's his
them
new
questions.
dating pool.
He's like, what does this emoji mean? He's like, hey team, what is this emoji? How should I respond to this?
Who wants to start? Fill this out for me.
So did,
Maybe that's how he's doing the starting lineup because he's like, who can write back on a text for me?
do you ever like?
Starting quarterback.
Obviously, it makes me sound mad, but there's certain fads or whatever you don't get. But I don't, or not sound mad. It makes you sound old. But I don't think it. I think makes you sound old, but also makes you sound just stupid, just like in my own world. But like the whole like the Netflix and chill line, I didn't know what that meant for the longest time. I was like, what? You know, I didn't know what. Told you I didn't know what OnlyFans was until we had a Joey and Jan the OnlyFans, and I was like, oh, hello, goodbye. It's like this is crazy.
We need to start posting some pics on there.
Yeah.
The people are like, what? I subscribe to this?
Yeah,
You're like, got your money.
we get the animated pics of like the what's blurred out or whatever.
We should take you've seen the pictures that Riverside creates after we're done uploading, right? After we end,
Yeah,
just take those and like turn them in, like use the app to animate them and then just post them.
yeah.
They're like, look at them.
Woo!
It's like, who subscribes to this crap?
You got anything else to add, sir?
I know, man. I think we're good. We're getting into almost 33 minutes. We got to pull it.
Yeah, pulling it.
Make it.